Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a tier list for Spy. We got all his weapons here, including the reskins and disguise kit. Alright, now before I start this video, I just want to say if you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. Plus, drop a like down below. Really helps out my channel and helps get this video out there. Now, I'm actually going to start with the disguise kit, because disguisers are kind of weird in TF2. You see, when you disguise as like a pyro or a demo, there's a chance that your disguise is just going to be broken, and it's going to be really obvious that you're a spy. Plus, there's also a chance as disguising as any class that your disguise will be holding the wrong weapon. But it's essential to playing spy, and they don't always hold up against high skill players. On low skill players, I've met engineers that I could bump into them, stand on their dispenser, or do whatever, and they won't even know. They just won't understand. Because of this, that's B tier, right? You can't really put any higher, put any lower. It's the disguise kit. No alternatives, B tier. That's it. Now, something else with very little alternatives is the Sapper. The Sapper and its reskins are just go straight to B tier, right? The only thing we have to compare it to is their red tape recorder, which is really only good in one situation. Actually, I'll do it right now. So the red tape recorder is what it does is it downgrades the engineer building instead of destroying it. It'll destroy it over time, but it downgrades it really quickly and then destroys it. So it's really only good when the engineers are turtling really hard, or they have a pyro or whoever and you can't quite get in there to do a regular stab and sap. So because of that, it's not complete garbage. So it's not going to go in D tier. I'm going to put it up to C tier. Right? And just to fill up D tier, we're going to do the Enforcer. This weapon used to be so overpowered. It used to be so good. It just had a straight 20% damage boost back in the day. However, that 20% damage boost is now only well disguised. So it's basically useless in that situation. It also has the unique trait of dealing full damage to anybody with resistance. But it doesn't work in half of its intended scenarios, so it's D tier. I can't put it up any higher. It's bad. Don't use it. Now, once again, this tier list is all based on my opinions for how I like to play spy. So your tier list may be different, and if it is, let me know in the comments. I have some good ideas. I'm very open-minded. Now, the stock knife and its reskins. The stock knife is the most reliable knife. It doesn't drain your health in any way, it doesn't disappear when you get flamed, and it doesn't prevent you from disguising or drain your cloak to disguise. It's just reliable. Because of that, it's gonna go in A tier. It's a reliable knife. I have nothing to complain about with it. I guess you could say there are better knives in certain situations, but it's just reliable in most situations. It's a stock weapon. That's how most of them are. The Diamondback. This weapon is disgusting. Now, I want to put this in D tier. Trust me, I hate this weapon. Not because it's bad, but because it's just too good. It's just such a good weapon. And it gets abused a lot. Valve encourages playstyles like the Flog and the Diamondback more than they encourage the Ambassador. The Diamondback, when you get a backstab or destroy a building, gives you a guaranteed crit, which can two-shot most classes. So because of that, it's going to go in A tier. I'd feel dirty if I put it in S tier, and I just can't put it in D tier, so I'm going to put it where it belongs, A tier. Now, if you want to see a bad knife, look no further than the Big Earner. People say you can get epic chain stabs with this thing, and maybe you can. I doubt it. When you're facing a good team, most of the time people will turn around when they hear that. So because of this, it's gonna go in the D tier. Plus, it lowers your health to 100, which kind of puts you in the threshold of being one shot by demos, pipes, rockets, ambi headshots. You can be one shot by a lot of things, so it's not that great. Now, let's do a watch. The Cloak and Dagger, it's a good watch. Unlike the Invis watch, your cloak rate increases and decreases with how fast you're going to be moving. If you move slower, your cloak will drain slower. If you don't move at all, your cloak won't drain at all. It's good. But I find when I use it, I get stuck sitting in one spot and I literally cannot move. You know? So I find I end up observing the fight instead of participating. So I'm going to put it in C tier. It's not completely useless. It has its place, but it's just not for me. Now let's do the Revolver. If you've watched my videos before and you've talked to me on my streams, you know I have a raging for this thing. It's consistent, it's reliable in every way. At point blank range, you're going to be doing something like 55 to 60 damage per shot. It's just good, it's reliable, it has your back. With the Ambassador, you can miss, but this is easier to aim. So because of that, it's going in S tier. I think it's really underappreciated by a lot of spy mains out there, but that's okay. Now, for another knife, let's do the Your Eternal Reward. This knife, it used to be worse. Now you can actually disguise with it, but it drains your cloak. So how it works is when you backstab somebody, it doesn't report that into the kill feed. It doesn't make a noise. It's stealthy, and you can get a good chain stab on the card if nobody notices. Even competitive players can get fooled by this. So because of that, I almost want to put it in B tier. I almost do. It's close to B tier, but it's just not quite there, so it has to be in C tier. Now for the Invis Watch. This Invis Watch is so good. If you pair it with something like the Lstronge, Lstronge, however you pronounce this weapon has a very hard name to pronounce. This can get you around the map in a jiffy. It's awesome. You can get behind them, you can get your stab and get out. Also, you can try and slip away when you've been spotted, so it's still very good. I'm going to put that up in A tier. One of my favorite watches. I don't use it enough. I'm just so attracted to the Dead Ringer allowing me to be more aggressive. Now, the Lstronge. This weapon will increase your cloak meter, how much cloak you actually have and how much time you can spend under cloak. This makes it an amazing utility. It's not super good as a revolver, but the utility is just so strong, it's going straight to S tier. If you're new to Spy, try to load out the Lstronge. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this thing. So try this weapon, the stock knife, and the Invis Watch, and I guarantee you'll be able to get away with something. You're going to be able to pull something off. Now the Spicicle. I have an abusive relationship with the Spicicle. I love it, it's good, but whenever you need it, you don't have it. When a pyro flames you, you lose your knife, but you become fire resistant, which is really, really powerful. But then if you want to trick stab that pyro to get out of it, you have to use your gun, or you have to escape. Right, so it's really good for survival, not so much for getting kills. Because of that, it's going straight into B tier. Now the Ambassador. Every spy main loves the Ambassador. It's satisfying to get headshots. Just instant killing anyone as any class is amazing. And nobody really expects a spy to be able to insta kill someone. I guarantee it's only a 102 if you get a full damage headshot. That's still a lot of damage, and you can definitely punish some overconfident classes. So because of this, I can't put it in S tier because it was nerfed recently. Well, oh my god, how old am I? Yeah, I guess that was a while ago now. Anyway, so you can't headshot from too far away now. The damage fall off just happens too soon, but still really powerful at close range. So it's going in A tier. Now the Dead Ringer. This watch will let you be much more aggressive as spy. You can try and pull off a lot more things that you wouldn't normally be able to get away with, and because of this, it's my go-to watch. If I want to play aggressively, I want to go for headshots, I want to get the trick stabs, I grab the Dead Ringer. And I think a lot of other spy mains do as well. So this is going to go into almost S tier. I don't know. It's like, it's good. I'm going to put it in B tier. It just, once it's down, it's down. You lose that kind of get out of jail free card, and then you don't have a cloak to get away with. And a kunai. This lowers your health a lot and lowers you to 70 health. You can be one shot by almost everything. That's really scary. So I don't use this too often, but when I do, it feels good to get those stabs. Once you get your first stab, you can be buffed up to 210 health, which is a lot. It's overheal, so you'll slowly lose your health over time, but still really good. And trick stabbing a pyro and walking away without fire damage on you is amazing. Because of this, it's going to go in S tier. That was my tier list for this. I hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.